And one thing that I realized in all that I've learned is that God truly, one, has a purpose for you, but God's growth, right? And your growth, God's work and the growth happens outside of comfort. That we have to be willing to stretch ourselves and be willing to be, if we're going to be comfortable with uncomfortableness. Like in that space where you grow and where you're groomed, that happens outside of the comfort zone. And so these days, I spend my time with women, helping them to really figure out what their purpose is, especially the woman that has gone through devastation and despair or dis-ease of life. This is keeping me in line when the world will throw me curveballs and the world throws me off kilter. My mission statement brings me back to center.
Yes, my father stated that if you're going to do something, do it wholeheartedly.
Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, mm-hmm. If you agree to do it with excellence regardless. Mm-hmm. What else? 2 more people.
My partner said remain loyal.
Remain loyal. Loyalty is missing in our culture, in our country, in all things. Yes, ma'am. Speak up. Speak up. So I want you to take that parable into the conversation that we're about to have, because it's going to be a conversation. Just so you know, it's about to be a conversation about some things that some of my goal friends have to say, because you have to surround yourself with amazing people that's going to encourage you, that's going to give you a word to get through the day, that you can call up and count on.
Breathing allows you the opportunity to think, right? If it's a situation where you want to immediately respond, if you just take that breath. Pause, and let it out slowly. But my passion, I found, was to help people. As a police officer, I'm leaving that house. It's not just solved because we showed up, right? They still got issues going on that we might have moved to the next call, but that person is still suffering from. So I wanted to give them something. So I found myself carrying a bunch of information in my bag. Just information on domestic violence, information on where they could get resources, or telling them, this is what we're supposed to do, right? Provide people with information.
Don't allow your own perception of you to be based on what others see when they look at you through eyes whose sight is impaired and limited by a limited mind. Beauty is only skin deep to those who are blind and unstable, only able to see complexions and figures, can't even see themselves when looking in the glass mirror, can't see that they're much bigger than what they've been told. But see me, I have this mirror still intact from the days of old. See, it's incapable of breaking, and every time I look into it, I behold this distinct divine image of wood overlaid with gold, and I begin to feel bold and confident and free, and I say, mirror, mirror, say something about me. He says, you're perfect and entire. So that's what my eyes see. And I say, mirror, you know, I have this one enemy who really doesn't like me, hating on my style, always trying to throw shade. He says, resist him and he will flee from you, for you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So that enemy is just mad because you've been endowed with a beauty that will never fade, and his did. So don't worry, don't give him place, because he's under your feet. You're set apart, you're righteous, you're strong, not weak. I say, yes, I agree. And the more I look into this mirror, the more I become changed. My eyes see beyond the normal limit. It's like my heart has been rearranged, and people look at me strange because they cannot see what they cannot comprehend. Because see, a mirror can show you your current natural state, but it cannot reflect the kingdom that dwells within. Because that mirror is man-made. And everything that man created is either blown up or deflated. Though he tries to mimic the creator, his failed attempts always show up overrated. See, my beauty originated before I ever knew the womb as my first home, and it'll be radiated beyond the day that they order my headstone. So TV screens, magazines, and social media can no longer lie to you. True sons and daughters, you have your daddy's DNA on the inside of you. That is the essence of who you are, not this temporary shell. Many kings' kids are dying of thirst because they're out here drawing from a man-made tainted well. Take care of your temple well, but don't be defined by the way that others perceive you. Look into the mirror of God's word and see yourself whole and beautiful the way that He already sees you.